Welcome to Cinema Bites. Your go-to for movie recaps in a flash. Big twists, epic moments, all in just minutes. The film, 28 years later, introduces us to a man named Don and Alice, a married couple living with a group of people in a cottage in the British countryside. While they are preparing dinner with the last of their supplies, Alice asks Don if their children are safe. Don reassures her, saying their children are fine and that they ensured their safety by sending them on a school trip. We learn that they sent their children to another country after the virus spread. As they are about to have dinner, they hear the sound of a child banging on the door, asking for help. Don refuses to let him in because of the infected outside. Despite this, Alice insists on letting the boy in. When Don lets him in, he asks if anyone followed him. The boy says his parents were infected or chasing him, along with others. At this moment, one of the people in the cottage goes to the door. When she looks out, one of the infected attacks and bites her hand. Don runs quickly to help her, but she turns and starts attacking him. The rest of the group flees. Alice takes the boy and runs, but the infected manage to kill the others. Don follows Alice, telling her to leave the boy because they need to escape quickly, but she refuses and insists on staying with him. At that moment, the infected break in, and in a shocking moment, Don leaves Alice and escapes. Alice sees him running away through the window, leaving her to the infected. Don then heads to the river and escapes by boat. After 28 weeks from this incident, the British government announces that London is free of the epidemic, and the army begins rebuilding part of it, naming it District 1. We are then introduced to Tammy and Andy, Don and Alice's children, who arrive in London after staying in special shelters in another country. We also meet Scarlett, a doctor with the army, who takes Tammy, Andy, and the other children for general checkups. She notices Andy's eyes are of different colors, and he tells her it's hereditary from his mother. After confirming their health, Andy and Tammy take the train to the city. Next, we meet Doyle, a sniper in the US Army, whose job is to secure the city along with the rest of his team stationed on rooftops. Tammy and Andy see their father, Don, and rush to meet him, reuniting the family. Don takes them to their city home, where he works as a maintenance supervisor. Andy asks his father where their mother is and how she died. Don tells him that the infected attacked her, and he couldn't save her, that he saw her die and left her. That night, Doyle watches people and notices Dr. Scarlett. Andy, while sleeping, asks his sister for a photo of their mother so he can remember her face. The next day, Tammy and Andy decide to go to their old house to get their mother's photo. They sneak past the city's safe borders. Doyle notices and reports them. They find a bike, and Tammy enters a restaurant to take the key from the owner's corpse. They ride the bike to their old house. Once there, they start gathering their things and photos. Andy goes upstairs and finds someone. It's his mother, alive. He hugs her. At that moment, the army arrives and surrounds the house. Andy notices his mother acting strangely, as if she might hurt him, so he backs away and escapes. Tammy finds him, and they both leave the house, seeing the army surrounding the area. An officer named Flynn tells Doyle they found 2 children. Dr. Scarlett starts examining Alice, and the officer asks why she hasn't turned yet. Scarlett replies that Alice might have strong immunity due to genetic reasons. She is only a carrier of the virus and can infect anyone who comes close. At this moment, Don arrives, and the officer tells him they found his children and wife. He is shocked. Don meets Tammy and Andy, who realize he lied to them. Tammy tells him he lied about their mother being dead. Don says he saw the infected attack her and assumed she died. Don then goes to Alice, whom he can access with his city pass. He apologizes to her, and she says she loves him. He approaches her, and as he does, Alice bites him. And when he does, he attacks and bites Alice until he kills her. Don then leaves and starts attacking officers and soldiers. The colonel declares a state of emergency, announcing that the infection has returned to the safe zone and orders the evacuation of the entire city. At that moment, an officer tells Tammy and Andy that everything is fine, and he'll be back in a few minutes. But unfortunately, one of the infected attacks and kills him. The infected tries to reach Tammy and Andy, but Dr. Scarlett shoots and kills him. She takes Tammy and Andy and escapes quickly. We learn that Scarlett is trying to help them escape because she knows Andy has inherited his mother's genetic traits, which could help find a cure for the epidemic. In the crowd, Andy gets separated from Tammy and Scarlett and disappears among the people. The city evacuation begins, all lights are turned off, and everyone is gathered in one place with doors locked. Andy notices someone at the back door, and as he approaches, he sees it's his infected father. Andy escapes through the crowd. His father opens the door and starts attacking people, causing chaos. Andy escapes through the cooling ducts. Meanwhile, people are let out, and Doyle and the other snipers start targeting and shooting the infected. The colonel realizes they have failed and lost control, so he orders the snipers to kill everyone without exception. The snipers start shooting everyone in sight. Andy manages to get out and mingles with the crowd. He sees someone who tells them to come and hide. Andy hides there and starts searching for Tammy and Scarlett, eventually finding them. Scarlett tells them she will save them and keep them both safe. Doyle arrives and tells them staying there won't help. They'll be killed anyway. He says he's leaving and anyone who wants to survive should follow him. Doyle leaves and they follow. Flynn, the helicopter pilot, calls and tells him they are going to firebomb the city, so he must leave as quickly as possible. Flynn tells him to head to the bridge area, which is safe and far from the fire. Doyle tells them they must run quickly. We leave the city within 4 minutes, and while he is trying to escape from someone, he runs quickly so that the sniper doesn't catch him and kill him, but he refuses. Meanwhile, Andy runs quickly and the sniper starts shooting at us, but Doyle manages to kill him and they are able to escape. At this point, we know that Don is still alive despite everything that happened in the city. They escape quickly, then the planes arrive and start shooting fire or burning the city, but Don hides and isn't killed. Here we see the colonel watching the place and the people as they burn, and the surveillance cameras start to turn off, and a group of mutants attack quickly. After that, we see Doyle and the others crossing the wall, escaping from the city and sitting in an area outside the city. At this moment, Scarlett tells Doyle, "These children's lives are more important than mine, and they're also more important than yours. We have to get them out safely." Doyle asks her why, and she says they might be the cure for this epidemic. Then Flynn calls and tells her that the infected have escaped and are coming towards them. Doyle says, "We have to escape quickly." Meanwhile, they see the mutants coming towards them. Doyle asks them to get down, and at that moment, the plane arrives. But Flynn refuses to help the people with Doyle. At that time, one of them runs and grabs onto the plane. Then, Captain Flynn heads towards the infected and starts killing them with the plane's wings. After that, Doyle and the rest manage to escape, but the mutants chase them. Then Flynn calls and tells him, "Get them to the stadium or I'll take them from there." Indeed, they head to the stadium, but on the way, they encounter toxic gas, so they hide in the car, and from the other side, the mutants arrive and start attacking them while they're in the car, but the toxic gas kills them. Doyle sees people burning the corpses and realizes they will burn even those who aren't infected. He tells Scarlett, "Start the car and try to get them to the stadium," and he leaves his weapon with her. Doyle gets out and starts pushing the car, and when the car starts, people burn it with fire and Doyle dies. Scarlett is shocked and quickly heads to the stadium. Meanwhile, a fighter jet starts chasing them and shooting at them, but Scarlett drives the car into a train tunnel to hide from the plane. After that, they get out, and Scarlett grabs the weapon. They start walking in the dark, and then Andy falls among the corpses and debris, while Scarlett is searching for them. Don suddenly attacks her and unfortunately kills her. While Andy is looking for Tammy, trying to reach her, he suddenly sees his father standing in front of him. Don attacks Andy and quickly bites him, but Tammy intervenes and kills Don, managing to save her brother at the last moment. But Andy leaves her and runs away because he thinks he will turn. Then Tammy follows him and discovers that he hasn't turned, so she carries him and they head to the stadium to save themselves. There, they meet Flynn, who asks them about Doyle. Tammy tells him, "Only we survived. Everyone else who was with us died." Flynn feels sorry for them, so he takes them on the plane and manages to save them and get them out from certain death. And here the movie ends. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get more new videos. See you next time.